Hi guys, welcome back. So we've got England's official World Cup training squad now released. It's not down to the final 31, but it's getting a lot closer. And there's quite a few interesting talking points. So I just want to react to this training squad. I'll pop it up on the side there so you can see. So straight away, there's a few glaring omissions here. The likes of Kerr's not in, Hughes isn't in, and in the reaction to my pick for the 31 squad I would take, loads of you said you wouldn't take Hughes, and indeed he's not here. Sure, he hasn't performed amazingly this year. I thought, as a backup to Billy, he's the best option on his ability on his best day, but I could take arguments for him not being there, and he's not here. However, that's not the point. The point is, where's Billy's backup? It's going to have to be probably Shields or maybe Wilson, probably Wilson. And they could do a job, but they're not a big ball carrier. You're going to have to change the way you play. So that's putting a lot of pressure on Billy there. I am surprised they haven't gone for Hughes, or maybe even a Dombrandt if not, or maybe even a Morgan if not that. So that's a bit weird. Let me know what you're thinking about that. A little bit risky possibly. Then we've got Taylor, who I had picked in at hooker in my 31, who's not in. They've gone for Singleton, which I think is fair enough. He's an up-and-coming hooker, I think, as a number 3. That's not a bad shout at all, so I haven't got a problem with that at all. But maybe Taylor and Dunn would feel a bit miffed, like they had a good chance. Then the big one for me, we've got Lewis Ludlam in there, uncapped. Where's he been then? If Eddie Jones really thinks he's the next best 7, why has he not been in? Is he really better than Ben Curry or Kovacic or Armand or Robshaw? Yeah, I'm not sure. That's a little bit of a strange one. If you're a Northampton fan, let me know if you think, I'm underestimating him and he is better than those guys. I hope so. But it's a bit of a strange one. So, fair play to him. But yeah, a bit weird. I had picked Joe Marler in my 31 for the World Cup, and indeed I'm pleased to see he's in the squad. It was some news that had gone under the radar. It's something I'd picked up, but quite a lot of the commenters hadn't picked up, that Marler had made himself available if needed, and I said I think he is needed, and in he comes. I think he's definitely good enough to go. Experience, playing really very well. Still 29, still in his prime. I would take him, but he's probably fighting there with Ben Moon for that spot. Then carry on. Cipriani is in. Okay, so that's good news. He's in there. He's the third 10. The question is now, will they take 3 10s? In my Will England Pick Danny Cipriani video, which you can see, I'll go into detail, but that's the choice. 2 10s, he probably doesn't go. 3 10s, he does go. There we go. In at 9, we've got Willi Heinz. Now, he's in there over Kerr, Wigglesworth and Robson, which is a bit of a shot from the dark, really. You'd think that maybe Robson might be the man. I put Kerr in my squad. I thought he'd been playing well enough. What has Heinz got over Kerr? Well, I can kind of see the logic as a starter. If you want someone to start instead of Youngs, Willi Heinz is a good game controller. He's got a good kick. He's experienced in playing, maybe not international, but he's an experienced player. And then you've got Ben Spencer, who could be your firecracker off the bench. I get that. When Kerr has started, it hasn't happened for him, so I understand that. And maybe Robson, Jones wouldn't trust him as a starter. So I think that's what's happening there. Possibly he's a little unlucky. He's a little lucky to be in the squad. He is uncapped. And it does show England are struggling a little bit to identify their best team still, because it's late in the day to bring in these uncapped players, who really haven't been proven. Anyway, Joe Thokanasiga is in, which is fantastic. I'm so glad he's in. I'd have been devastated if he wasn't in. Then another weird one. Piers Francis in. Okay, Piers Francis, he's got a few caps, but he hasn't set the world alight. He's a decent player. Is he an international world-class centre? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But he's versatile. I get that. But what about Alex Lozowski? Isn't he better as a versatile centre? So that's very odd. Let me know what you think about that one. We've got McConaughey in, which is fine. He's a bit of a bolter. Why hasn't he been in before? Well, he's been playing 7s for ages. He's only just transitioned to 15s, and he has proved himself in 15s now. So this really is probably the first opportunity to put him in. So I haven't got a problem with that. Maybe Ollie Thorley would have been another pick you could have had, but I haven't got a problem with McConaughey at all, actually. And then you've got your rehab players in there, Cruz, Noel, Vunipola, Mako Vunipola. Sounds like they're going to be okay, which is great news. It's a good squad. Most players are in there that we'd expect, but it is those talking points I'd like to know about. Eddie Jones does pick up some weird selections. The other team's selections, I imagine, are going to be a lot more straightforward. Sure, England has more players, but there's a lot of left field shouts here. And as a whole squad, the cap numbers are quite low. It's not as high as you'd like. It just smacks of he's still not 100% sure who his best players are. Are these guys just in here, briefly, and we're never going to see them again, which has happened before? Graham's been in, Redpath's been in. He does like chucking out a curveball. What do you guys think? Let me know on the official England training squad. And until next time, I will see you then.